roasting the old chestnuts again then, eh? Stand still long enough, everything comes round again. What, history repeats itself? I think it's got hiccups. Well, I'll leave it with you then. Cheerio.
Norman, I think you've gone into cryptic mode again.
Well, didn't I make myself clear then?
I get the distinct impression with you sometimes that someone shook the bottle.
It's the debate, Jean. Private members' motion. MP salaries raising their ugly black heads again.
MP salaries? But we're doing very nicely, thank you, aren't we? I mean, now we're all linked to the civil service grades, we get discreet little automatic increases the public needn't know about. And some of the whips must get paid even more than I do.
Do they? Oh, maybe so. I mean, I barely glance at the payslips myself.
We don't exactly come in here and get our hands dirty.
Obviously, I can't see any justification in extra increases. I mean, I'm happy with my little portion. I don't regard politics as a soft option. Oh, good heavens, why, I liked it down the mines. I'd be down there again tomorrow if I could find one open. Rather than being stuck in some comfy office, but someone has to do it.
Very self-sacrificing of you, Norman, and you can always wear your lamp when you feel nostalgic.
I am here to help society, Jean. And if society wants to help me in return, who am I to stop them expressing their gratitude? You can't be held to ransom by your employers, Jean.
Our constituents are our employers.
Yes, and a right bunch of petty tyrants they are, too. Wouldn't even let you have a tea break, tight-fisted so-and-sos. No, we must fight the boss class, Jean. And we must not forget our socialist roots.
Well, I'm not voting for any increase. How can we ask other people to tighten their belts when we're bursting out of our braces?
Well, I'm not suggesting that, Jean. Tory backbenchers idea all this. I don't think we should even dignify these proposals by bothering to discuss them. Let's all just abstain, eh?
Abstain, not vote against.
Haughty disdain, Jean. Lofty heights, dignified profiles. Huh? Not even attend the debate. Not even stoop to their level.
Oh, I see. We abstain. The salary increase goes through. And when my constituents say, what are you doing giving yourself a handout? I say it wasn't us, Gov. They stuffed it in our pockets.
If the money is forced on us, Jean, what can we do? I mean, I know it's a scandal the way these Tories go on.
Norman, I am not voting for any more money, not even by default. We get quite enough here as it is. Don't we, Harry?
Yes, Mrs. Price. More than ample.
You know, I had to fight an election to get this job. You wouldn't credit it, would you?
No, not really.
We get about 30,000 basic, another 27,000 secretarial allowance, mileage, travel, office, telephone. The whole package works out at over 60,000.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Jean. It is so difficult to make ends meet. I mean, £30,000 goes absolutely nowhere. Probably cost me that to stay on the road.
Why, what are you driving now, Richard? A Sherman tank?
I mean, MP's salary is part-time wages for a part-time job, but even so, £30,000 is not much, is it? I mean, the tea ladies are probably on there.
Probably wish they were. I thought being an MP was a full-time occupation.
Well, I think MPs should undertake other activities myself. I mean, I feel that my banking and stock exchange interests keep me in touch with the ordinary man in the street.
The only contact you have with the ordinary man in the street is when you park on his foot.
As a matter of fact, I took a tube train the other day, so don't tell me I'm out of touch. Just to be an MP, or I wouldn't feel I was taxed.
No, I expect you've got accountants working day and night to see that never happens.
And far from being overpaid, British MPs are among the lowest paid politicians in the world. We ought to get more. Top whack for top people's what I say. After all, G, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. You pay small bags of peanuts, you get small bags of monkeys. If you want gorillas, you got to pay coconuts.
In some parties, you seem to get monkeys no matter what you pay them. If you're so keen on our salary going up, how about supporting my proposals for an increase in income support and social security benefits?
No, I don't think I can do that, Jean. I'm not really in favour of handouts.
Handouts? Oh, that's what they are.
People can have things too easy, Jean. I mean, all these extra heating allowances for pensioners and so on. They'll be wanting free ice lollies in the summer next. Anyway, it doesn't require that much initiative to nip oneself a woolly hat and stick it on one's head.
Especially when one is bedridden with arthritis in one's fingers.
No. Too much of a safety net just breeds a dependency culture. And everyone knows that half these people on the dole are on the fiddle.
Well, maybe if social security were enough, they wouldn't need to fiddle. Do you think you could manage on income support?
Oh, yes. I think I could quite easily make myself some good, nourishing hot broth with a few old vegetables to last me a couple of weeks. Yes, more money is not the answer, Jean. It's thrift. There are already vast numbers of benefits available.
How about the benefit of the doubt?
Housing benefits, vouchers for glasses, free nashers. I mean, some of these people out there, they're living the life of Riley, chewing merrily away at the taxpayers' expense. Well, it seems such an attractive package, I'm inclined to apply for it myself.
Richard, oh, good. Well, if it's as easy as you say, how would you like to live on income support for a fortnight to show us how it's done? Do you really think you can manage that?
Me? Who's been to public school? Fortnight income support?
Yeah.
Yes, all right, Jean, okay. I'll live on income support. If you'll take a 50-quid cheque from me and try to taste what it's like to be a wealth creator, you turn that into £60 by your own initiative and enterprise within the same time.
Absolutely no problem. I am quite capable of earning my own living. I've done so for many years.
Oh, give us a job is one thing. Create your own is quite another. You'll take a cheque?
All right. I can trust you not to cheat.
Yes, of course. You have my word as a gentleman. Can I trust you?
You have my word, Richard, as an MP.
Yes. Tell you what, maybe we should present accounts. In 2 weeks, then?
2 weeks. See you at the weigh-in. Not that I normally bother with lightweights, of course.
Ah, gee. Double our money yet, have we?
It's early days yet, Richard, all in due course.
Well, the odds are 7 to 4 against you doing it.
The odds are 10 to 1 that you'll be shoplifting by Thursday.
Nonsense. Nourishing hot broth, Jean. Nourishing hot broth. Yum, yum. No, I'm coping splendidly on income support. It seems more than ample to me.
Good. I'll see you then. Excuse me.
Jean? Cheque?
Sorry?
The cheque for my income support that I'm supposed to be living on.
I thought I gave it to you yesterday when you gave me my £50 stake money.
Yes, well, obviously I had yesterday's cheque, yes. I just wondered about today's.
That was supposed to last you a week, Richard.
I beg your pardon?
A week. It's a week's money, not a day's.
Yes, of course. Oh, well, I'll see you on Judgment Day for the last trumpet. Good God.
What's up, Richard? Looks like you've lost £1 and found an ECU.
Ah, Freddie, just off for a bite, are you? Well, I'd love to come and have lunch with you. How very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. No, this way. All right.
Ah, Jean. The woman of the moment. Now, this little thing you've got on here. Wages with Squire Monkton and the like.
Oh, you've heard about that, have you?
Oh, nothing escapes the eagle ear. You know what it is in the whip's office?
Yeah, 2 parts suspicion, 8 parts paranoia.
The thing is, can you make the shareholders happy, get the return on investments?
Well, I've hardly had time to think about it, Norman, but I'm sure anyone with a modicum of ability can turn £50 into 60 in a fortnight without too much trouble.
Oh, I'm sure they can, Jean. I'm sure they can. Anyone with a modicum of ability could manage that. How about yourself?
I flatter myself I have a modicum of ability, Norman. 2 modicums, even. Why?
Oh, nothing. It's just that we wouldn't like to see you not succeeding, that's all. Would reflect badly on, like, Labour economic policy, your money in our hands. So any help you need with a little wealth creation from our high-flying economic team?
I'm sure I can manage, thank you.
Or any more concrete assistance, like that?
Like what?
Like that. Good heavens, Jean, is that yours? You seem to have dropped a tenner.
Norman, I did it my way, all right?
Well, you do it any way you like, just so long as you do it. Ah, excuse me. Get off. Scrounging backbenchers, they'd have the hairs of your legs if they weren't glued on.
Most new businesses don't have a show of profit for 4 years. I've got a show one in my first fortnight. Turning £50 into 60, that's a 20% profit.
What about a building society?
No, no good. Won't make enough, I thought of that. 2 weeks' interest on 50 quid works out at about 9p.
You're a bit short of the mark, eh?
Anyway, it's not productive. You're just taking advantage of other people's need for a nest in order to feather your own.
Well, what do you do with your savings, then, Jean? Stick them under the bed, let inflation ravage them nightly?
I mean, you're not creating wealth or work. You're just charging other people to borrow your money.
Yeah, you should see what my bank manager charges me to borrow his money. Pawnbrokers only hang up balls, bank managers hang you up by them.
You can't be that skinny, can you?
But I'm running 2 homes, Jean. One up there, one down here. It's not cheap. I'm living beyond my meanness.
You get allowances.
Yeah, I'm living beyond my allowances, too.
I thought the Scots were thrifty.
Oh, yeah, going to a pub in Scotland on a Friday night. Gallons of thrift everywhere.
You're not voting for this additional increase, are you?
Oh, no, I won't bother with that.
You mean you'll be abstaining?
Oh, no. Abstaining, never. I probably won't even attend the debate, Jean. I've got more to worry about than MPs' salaries.
I see, the inertia vote. It wasn't me, Your Honour. I didn't rob the electorate. The Tories grabbed my wallet, sir, and stuck the money inside.
Well, Jean, only 12 days, 4 hours, 3 minutes to go.
Oh, yes, what am I going to do?
Well, it seems to me if you want to make a profit in this world, you can only do so in the time-honoured tradition. You find some poor, desperate soul and exploit them ruthlessly.
Yeah, I am not going to exploit anybody to make money. Anyway, who is there?
Well, exploitation's a bit like charity, Jean. Begins at home.
A ladder? We're going up a ladder. You're looking at a man here who gets nosebleed on brothel creepers.
Short word, Jeff. I can easily buy a 2-storey ladder, and you wouldn't need to do that many windows. If you asked £3 a house, then you'd only have to do 20 houses and we'd have £60 in no time.
Yeah, but what would I get out of it, apart from blisters?
Well, you can keep the ladder.
What, to add to my collection? Yeah. I get my name engraved on it. Jeff's Ladder, and wear it when we go out.
Also have the satisfaction of helping me prove to a smarmy nerd like Richard that it is possible to make a profit without actually exploiting anyone.
But you're asking me to work for nothing. You'd be exploiting me.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. How can you exploit your husband? Well, as if I'm asking you to go out in the streets.
Well, if that's the way your mind's working, I'll need a new anorak. And what about our regular window cleaner, our mate Sid? And a Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Price. He'll appreciate me undercutting him. He'll come round and break my rungs.
You really can't help me out in this small way, just once, if you really don't want to do window cleaning.
No, I do not.
Well, then, how about if you went out at the weekend and washed some cars?
What is this, Bob, a job week? Why don't you go out and wash some cars?
I'm far too busy to do it myself. I've got my surgery this weekend.
Well, I've got a surgery too. Dr. Murray is going to set my broken golf swing.
Sure you know what you're doing?
Yes, I'm trying to save us 50 quid by not calling out the repairman.
Is this serious? Well, we need to get him round to fix it.
We may need to get him round to shoot it. The car's been making funny noises too.
What sort of noises?
£20 an hour for labour noises.
So always say he's working for nothing down at the law centre, but I give him the chance to earn some real money doing a bit of window cleaning. Of course, he doesn't want to know.
Completely unreasonable.
Then why should he while I'm earning? That's the trouble with Jeff, you see. Married to me, he's got it too easy.
Well, I try never to take sides between man and wife, Jean. Unless it's my wife, and then, of course, I'm on her side.
I was dropping hints about not having enough money, but I give him the opportunity to earn something extra.
Cleaning windows?
Well, it might lead to other things.
Yeah, cleaning more windows.
It's the trouble with people these days, you see, they just don't want to work.
I blame the unions myself. Them and the socialists.
It's got nothing to do with politics. No one's a more ardent socialist than me, but people just don't understand the problems of the small businesswoman.
No, they go drivelling and drooling on. Give us a handout, wanting their housekeeping at the end of the week.
You ask them to do something for themselves, they just sit there and whine.
You know, Jean, you remind me of somebody we used to see a lot round here. What was her name again? Oh, yes, Maggie something.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Well, they don't understand, you see, Freddie. They think just because a chap's on benefits, he's automatically some kind of scrounger who doesn't want to work.
Well, they don't want to work, Richard.
But that's not the case at all. People don't know what it's like to be caught in the poverty trap.
I suppose not. Though I caught my foot in a rabbit hole once.
And you don't know what it's like to be at the bottom of the pile, getting cheap cuts from the supermarket.
Oh, I didn't know you'd ever been in a supermarket, Richard.
Ghastly places. You have to push your own trolley, you know.
Good God. Bit steep when you're spending money.
Make some nourishing hot broth, they say. Well, man cannot live on nourishing hot broth alone.
No, needs his meat and veggies too.
In fact, to be honest,
Yeah?
trying to live on this amount of money, well, quite frankly, Freddie, my wife's having to go hungry.
Really?
I'm starting to feel a bit peckish myself. I mean, people shouldn't have to rely on handouts. A decent living should be theirs by right. In fact, I'd say there was even a case for upgrading benefits of anything.
Upgrading them? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, where would the extra money come from? Who'd pay for it?
Soak the rich, Freddie. They can afford it. They're all fiddling their taxes anyway. They're the real scroungers. In fact, I have a damn good mind to write to my MP about it.
So who is your MP, Richard?
Well, I am, I suppose.
Better write to yourself, then.
That car really is on its last wheels, you know. I'm covered in it. Where's the Swarfeger?
There, next to the peanut butter.
Is there any particular reason why there is no hot water?
Oh, yes, I forgot. The boiler topped itself at 3 this afternoon.
Oh, wonderful. Did you get a plumber in?
Yes, I got him to go round and look at it.
What did he say?
Well, I'm no expert, but it sounded a bit like goody goody.
Oh, hello, Jean. Any nearer hitting the financial targets, are we? How are things in the bow and arrow trade?
Just drawing back the string, Norman.
Oh, well, don't leave developments too late, eh? And, any little help we can give, of course.
Do put the rabbit back in your hat, Norman.
Well, the think tank is always available, don't forget.
Go away.
I'm going.
Hello? Is that Visa? Hello. Yes, I was wondering whether I could arrange to extend the limit on my credit card. Yes, I am in work, yes. Yes, I'm an MP. Hello? Hello?
Well, that was a total waste of time. 100 surefire ways to make money. The only one that looks as though it might work is to write a book called 100 Surefire Ways to Make Money.
What a good idea. I'm surprised no one's ever thought of it. So how's the £50 kitty now?
Well and truly wormed. I spent £2.60 on that book. £2 on telephone calls, 80p on entertaining.
Yes, I'd heard you'd launched your luncheon offensive in the city.
£9 wasted on that edible snail breeding scheme.
Yes, I must clean out my drawer.
My Buckingham chamois was £14.40, so I'm now left with £21.20 to turn in £60 and 2 days left to do it.
Well, Jean, it seems to me there's only a few basic ways of making money, and everything else is just a permutation of them. You buy and sell, you sow and reap, smash and grab, or you speculate to accumulate.
I am hardly in any position to speculate. I don't know many brokers who are interested in clients with £21.20 to play with.
Well, there are other high-risk, high-reward speculative ventures, Jean.
Such as what? Unit trusts?
Sort of. Four-legged unit trusts. Now, speaking as an experienced investment analyst, my advice for this afternoon's handicap at Kempton Park is...
New boiler? How much will that be?
What do you want it in pounds and pence or arms and legs?
Oh, marvellous. What about the car?
Well, he said if we're getting a new engine, we ought to get a new gearbox. And if we're having a new gearbox, we ought really to get a new garage. Then, of course, there's a washing machine.
What's happening about that?
Well, the memorial service is on Friday.
Where's all this money coming from? I am not a bottomless pit.
Of course you're not. Your pit's got a very nice bottom.
You don't happen to know what won the 3:15 at Kempton, I suppose?
Yes, I think it was some kind of horse.
A dead cert, eh? Well, you were almost right. It certainly looked dead.
I gave a good showing.
It's the first horse I have ever known go round a racetrack attended by mourners. No wonder the jockey wore black. No, I have never seen a horse before with brass handles on its side.
I said to back it each way. I didn't say to put it on the nose.
It wouldn't have mattered if I had punched it on the nose. As a matter of interest, how many a day does it smoke?
It wasn't used to a left-hand bend.
It did not need to stop and indicate.
Well, I did all right anyway. I won 25 quid on an accumulator.
Oh, good. I am pleased about that.
Beats cleaning windows. No use scowling at me, Jean. You should have read the small print. The value of your shares may go down as well as up.
Well, I am now left with £10 to salvage my economic policy and half an hour to do it in. So do you have any further useful suggestions, or shall I step out onto the window ledge and practice my noose knots?
Well, there might be one other way of making money that we've overlooked. The way of making money by not actually making money.
Look, if this has anything to do with Confucius...
No. I'm talking about, company accounts, limited liability. Capitalism looks after its own. I mean, if you haven't got the goose that lays the golden egg, you need the goose that lays the golden loopholes.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand this here, Jean. This £15 loan is down as an asset. But if it's a loan, surely it's a liability.
No, you're not reading that correctly. Actually, what I've done there, you see, is to capitalise my borrowings.
Oh, I see, yes. And what's this £25 failed livestock investment?
It was an unsuccessful equine enterprise.
Well, I understand that you can write livestock off against tax, but I don't quite see how you can claim mileage.
I've got it down as the company horse.
And would the revenue allow that?
As long as it's under 1500 cc. I Can you explain something to me?
Yes, of course, anything you like.
Your income was £40 a week. Now, according to these figures, you seem to have spent about 500.
No, that can't be right. No, you must be misreading something.
Now, you must have done to eat in these sort of places. I mean, what does this mean? Lunch, Friday, the Ritz, DWF.
That's dined with friends.
NBAWBH.
Oh, that stands for nobody about and went bloody hungry.
Dined with friends?
Well, I think that's legitimate, don't you? I mean, the unemployed do dine with their friends occasionally, don't they? If they've still got any left.
It quite sticks to the spirit of the agreement.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether you have either, because according to these figures, a galvanized bucket you bought last week is now worth twice what you paid for it.
The market went up. I had a tip. Now, I still don't see how you managed to pay for all this out of £40 a week. Look, an electric razor, that must have been £30 on its own.
Oh, well, I had to buy one. I was starting to look stubbly.
Yeah, but what does this mean? Razor, PBA.
That's, pay by access.
That's cheating.
No, it isn't. It's special needs.
Special needs?
Yes, I specially needed a new razor. So I awarded myself a crisis loan.
Crisis loans are supposed to be for things like electric cookers.
Well, I can't shave with a cooker. I burn my chin.
Well, what about this? Half a bottle of scotch, PBA. What justifies that?
Well, I bought it with my cold weather payment to warm me up.
Richard, you only get cold weather payments if there is a child under 5 in the family.
Well, it's not my fault if the chap in the off-licence didn't explain the rules to me properly. Well, then, I've held up my side of the bargain. Let's see who held up yours. Now, then, that's my original stake plus £10. That's £60, I think.
Right, well, I think you'll find it's all there.
Well, what's all this? This is just a set of figures, a book, a bucket, and a chamois leather. That isn't £60.
It is. It's just tied up in capital assets. You can see from the balance sheet that it's all there. You just need to wait until the market picks up and you can sell it as a going concern.
But a bucket isn't a going concern. This is just a meaningless set of figures.
Well, it would be. It's the company accounts.
Well, where's my money? I don't think you've kept to the spirit of the... division bell. That's the industry bill. MP's pay is next on the agenda.
Yeah. Why? Were you going to vote?
Were you, as we're paired?
Well, I was going to vote against. I mean, I don't need the extra money. Though we have had some heavy expenses lately.
Yes, me too. Well, perhaps we should just go along and listen, then. Hear what the others have to say. Do you think?
We could hear the arguments, I suppose.
Yes. Well, as you say, we don't want our constituents to think we're awarding ourselves hefty and undeserved increases, but if other people feel we should have them, well, walk a mile in my shoes, I say.
Hand-stitched, are they, Richard?
Oh, it's the only way to travel. And if some people think that it's easy living on an MP's salary, well, they just don't realize the problems involved. I mean, if they think it's that simple living on an MP's wages, Jean.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to see them do it. Yeah.